Hey y'all, it's Alicia and welcome back to Alicia's Crafty Hoplop. And if you're new here, well, you're going to learn something real quick about our channel and how the people on here are super caring and sometimes so supportive that it just blows my mind. So my husband came home today. He went to get me some steroids because the fluish thing I got triggered a scleritis autoimmune attack on my eye. So I needed special medicine and he went and he picked it up. And when he came back from the pharmacy, lo and behold, what was there? But the utility cart, the famous utility cart that we all know I use every day in Florida and proved to be a really big source of support. And I gotta be careful what I say in here, folks, because I didn't make a wish or a weighty want. I didn't say, oh, I need a utility cart. Well, I did say that was my mistake. I said on here the truth, that when I packed up my 4 boxes and I shipped them to myself, I just didn't think about storage. And what I should have done was when Michael's had these and the little plastic drawers on, I should have just bought one of each. And I didn't. Our plan was to actually go this weekend and get me exactly that. Doing so is hard for 2 reasons. One is we don't have a car here anymore. And the reason is we had one here for 10 years. My poor husband had to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning 3 times a week, sit in it, wait for an hour until alternate side parking opened, and then move the car. It was like an hour and a half ordeal in the cold. The other reason is that parking here, the cheapest parking is just under $400 a month, which is an insane amount of money to pay to park your car. And it's right by the water, which is about a 10-12 minute walk from our house. And it's not the safest walk for this girl to do alone at 11 o'clock at night. So it just was a pain to have the car here. So we decided this year for the first time, we were just not going to have the car here, only in Florida. Well, that means going to places like Michael's to get heavy things, or going to get grocery shopping, or going to get cleaning supplies has proven a little bit more trickier than we thought. And I could have ordered it online, I guess, but we had plans to go this weekend, and I figured that's what I would do. And then this shows up. And at first I didn't know who it was from, or I would have texted the person already tonight, especially when I found out who it was from. But they actually ended up taping to the bottom of the box a return slip, and on there was the person's name. Folks, this came from Pat Sweeney. And Pat, after I finish this video, I'm going to text you and be like, what were you thinking? I know what the subtext is, Pat. Like, my first instinct I told my husband was to return this. Because, guys, this is too weighty a want. This is an expensive item. I'm torn because I know why Pat did it. You see, we're both living with really difficult autoimmune. And Pat is one of the few people who knows why I'm here this winter. I normally don't teach in the winter. I spend my winters in Florida because that keeps me healthy and safe. So there's about 3 people on here who know really why I'm here. And that's it. And I don't mind sharing it because Pat did this, and I want you to understand why she did it. I'm here because I would have lost my health insurance if I didn't teach this term. Because I took off last term, I would have lost my health insurance, and no insurance company will ever insure this girl with this disease. It would have been catastrophic. My chemo medicine alone, you don't even want to know what that costs. It would have just been, and what about every test I need? Like the test for the aneurysm is thousands of dollars. So I had no choice. Even though it's bad for my health, even though it's dangerous, I had no choice. So Pat knows what this means for me. She knows that the reason I can't be here is that my blood vessels constrict so badly that I don't get blood or oxygen flow to the rest of my body. Even though I take special medicine for that, I just don't. And that's really dangerous. It can cause things like strokes. It can cause things like heart attacks. It can cause ulcers, skin ulcers, which it often does. So what does that mean? It means when your girl isn't working, she can't go exploring all over New York like she normally does. She can't just run out to a coffee shop to hang out with friends. I have to spend time at home more than usual. And so Pat was thinking, I know the subtext, Pat. You were thinking, well, then let's make it a little easier and a little nicer for you. And that's, folks, why I hesitated. I said to my husband, normally I would send a gift like this back. It's too big a gift. But I know why you did it, Pat. So after I'm done this video, before I post our next Crafty Love Challenge, I'm going to text you and be like, what were you thinking? But I know what you were thinking. And you were thinking about how to make this term easier for me and better. I want you to know what actually, Pat, what makes it better is your constant check-ins. It's when you see that the weather drops in New York and you text me and you say, whoa, I saw it drop below 0. Are you okay? Or when you offered to knit me stuff because you weren't sure I had a warm enough scarf. That mattered so much to me, Pat. That and the fact that you actually understand what I'm living with. You know, folks, not many people do. And Pat actually gets each and every day what I'm dealing with. Pat, that's always going to mean the most to me out of everything. So anyway, folks, this amazing thing that was a want that I didn't know was a want, and Pat shipped it, and I'm super grateful. But really what I'm grateful for, Pat, is our friendship and the support that you give, not just to me, but to everybody here. But this folks, was too generous. That's all I'm going to say, just too generous. Miss Pat, I'm going to text you now before I go on and I post our new Crafty Love Challenge. I'll be back on in a couple of minutes with that. Give me a minute to text Miss Pat because I just learned it. She's the one responsible for this. Folks, we have an amazing community, but that also means we can't take advantage of it. And yeah, we just can't take advantage of it. Pat's an amazing person without the utility card. All right, y'all. I'll be back on soon with our new Crafty Love Challenge. Bye for now.